Welcome to Chamber Connections, a monthly television program brought to you by the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce in connection with the Voice Network. I'm Courtney Hornsby, President of the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber, and joining me is my colleague Tom McCandlish, Membership Director.
Good morning.
We have a great show for you today. We have lots of guests on our show today and lots of wonderful programs coming up, particularly as we near the summer season.
Chamber Connections, as usual, is brought to you by Avalon Place, a division of Paramount Healthcare Services.
Avalon Place rehab is first grade. Now it's over and I'm feeling great. I got strong and now I'm moving on. I'm back to doing things out on my own. I'm going home, out on my own. All because I went to rehab.
Each month, the Chamber of Commerce highlights a chamber business and their products or services through a series known as our Member to Member series. This month, we highlight Seeker Springs, a retreat and camp facility located in Eris in West Ouachita Parish. Seeker Springs serves the West Monroe-West Ouachita community by providing after-school camp and youth basketball leagues, and they include a gym, playing field, meeting rooms, ropes, challenge course, large swimming pool, prayer garden, nature trails with pond, 4 dorms with 84 beds and a kitchen and a dining room, and much more. Mission groups from all over the country choose Seeker Springs as their place to serve God as they help with foster children camps and inner-city children summer camps and building projects. Right now, Seeker Springs is gearing up for their great summer with an overnight and day camps for children in 1st through 12th grade starting June the 9th. There's a great discount if you sign up by May 17th. If you'd like to find out more about Seeker Springs, visit their website at seekersprings.com or call 318-249-4495. And joining us today is Terry Slauson and his beautiful wife from Seeker Springs. How are you guys today?
Good.
Glad you could join us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you both for being here today. And and we've talked about it. Seeker Springs is really just this hidden jewel in West Ouachita Parish that even people here locally don't always know about. So tell us a little bit about Seeker Springs. I know we heard a little bit from Tom, but tell us what Seeker Springs is and what it means to the community.
We do hear that a lot. People say they didn't know about us. And we are located about 15 miles south of the paper mill in West Monroe. It's on 217 acres out in West Ouachita Parish. Lots of trees, lots of woods, but it's a pretty cool place to pull away from the busyness of life and focus on what's most important. We have summer camps that take place obviously during the summer for elementary up through 12th grade. We do a lot of mission camps for kids that can't afford to come to camp. We have mission teams that come in and help us conduct those camps. So it's kind of a double-edged ministry, we feel like, because we're seeing kids that are realizing that God can use them to reach out to others, and then we're providing camps for kids that can't afford to come to camp. So those are some pretty cool camps that take place during the summertime. Timmy, you want to tell them about some of our other summer camps?
We have summer camps. We have some unique summer camps. We have some camps just for girls, and we have camps just for boys. So it's really hard to focus on, just girl stuff or just boy stuff. So it's nice to have those separate camps. And this year we added the opportunity for day camp. So every kid that comes to girls camp doesn't have to spend the night, because some kids aren't comfortable with that. But it's a great opportunity. 3rd through 6th grade can spend the night for girls and boys camp. So that's going to be pretty unique. We have a sports camp, which we partner with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and we have some wonderful university students who come out and teach, basic skills for soccer, basketball, baseball to the kids who come to camp. So it's pretty neat. We have a good time with that camp. We do all the regular camp stuff with that too. We have, wonderful, unique Bible studies. We do recreation, all the fun stuff too.
It sounds like you guys are going to have a very busy summer.
We are indeed.
Yeah. And I know we've talked a lot, and I think a lot of people do recognize it as a place for children to go of all ages. But from a chamber perspective, we were so pleased to know that a lot of businesses take advantage of that. Now, what benefit do businesses get from using Seeker Springs facilities?
Well, again, it's a place that they can pull away. We have quite a few nonprofit and businesses that'll pull away for a leadership type retreat where they can, it's not so far off that they have to spend a lot of time or money going somewhere. they can pull away and focus on some leadership aspects of their organization. We do provide a ropes challenge course that teaches team building, and a lot of businesses see the value in that, in bringing some unity and cohesiveness in their group. I know the Chamber came out and
Our board certainly
got to
enjoyed it.
experience firsthand.
That's right. We have some pictures right now of some of our board members who did that. We came out in January, and have to say, from a board perspective, it's great for board development, bringing everybody together, especially when we had some new board members. It was a fun and time for them to come together, and there was not a lot of pressure, but it was just a lot of fun. So it was a little bit hard, but we had a good time doing it. So. Now, of course, we're talking about the businesses, we're talking about summer, but you do things year-round as well.
We do. We have 6 different ministries that take place throughout the year for different types of organizations. Like right now, we have a school group that's out for the end of the year. They're swimming. There's a group of kids in the pool right now from the Woodlawn School area, elementary age kids. It's about 90 kids that are out there right now. So it's a place for church retreat groups to pull away. It's a place for businesses to pull away and have retreats. A place for schools to pull away and have retreats. But then we have those tools like that ropes challenge course, and like our basketball league in the wintertime. Our summer camp opportunities, those mission camp opportunities, like you mentioned a while ago, our after-school camp. Kids out in the West Ouachita area, it came out of some local principals that were concerned about just latchkey kids. They knew there were kids being put on those buses that were being dropped off in the afternoon and no one was at home. So about 15 years ago, we began that after-school camp for people out in the rural areas of West Ouachita. So a lot of ministries that take place throughout the year. It's a year-round ministry, and lots of opportunities. And all of these ministries that we're talking about, you can find out all the details online at seekersprings.com. All the information's on there.
Great. Well, Terry and Tammy, thank you both so much. It's such a jewel to have right here in our own backyard, and we want people to take advantage of that if they're able to. So.
Well, thank you all very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, and best wishes for a successful summer. Looking forward to seeing those kids out there.
That summer camp, mentioned one more time, the registration, early bird registrations ends on, Tom, you mentioned May 17th. Right. So go online and check us out on all those summer camps. If you have any questions or concerns, just give us a call at the number online.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Each month, we bring you a monthly business tip provided by Chamber member My Wants Incorporated. Housed at the ULM Business Incubator, My Wants works with local businesses to provide them with the tools they need to be successful entrepreneurs. This month's business tip focuses on basic graphic design.
Hi, my name is Kelsey Guidry with My Wants for Business, and I have a small business 1-minute tip for you. The tip is, as a small business owner, is to look into acquiring a little bit of skill to do some basic graphic design. If you're going to do any kind of content production, such as blogs or even run social media profiles, you should have the in-house knowledge to do some basic web design. So this graphic design can be done with some software that is free, but you could go a little bit beyond and go to something like Photoshop Elements, which could give you a very strong tool to build out some graphics. These graphics could be as far as changing sizes, or doing cropping, or doing some basic text overlays, but it actually could go a lot deeper than that. But at the minimum, that's some of the things that you're going to want to do with graphic designer. So as a small business owner, I highly suggest learn the basics of web design so that you could put it on blogs, other websites, and your own social media profiles. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.
And joining us now is Kelsey Guidry with My Wants Incorporated. Kelsey, thank you for being here.
Thank you all for having me.
We were just having this conversation a few minutes ago about social media sites and uploading photos. You know, and so many of our small businesses don't have the ability to hire a professional graphic designer.
Correct.
So what do you recommend? They still want to look nice, they still want to be professional. What do you recommend they do?
Right, so there's definitely starting points that are free, which is a good thing as far as small business owners. You don't have a lot of cash to spend on graphic design softwares that could range almost $500 to $1,000. So there are some graphic design programs. One specifically is called GIMP. That's GIMP, GIMP.org, and that's a free software that someone could download, and it's very close to Photoshop. You could do a lot of the things that Photoshop is able to do as far as resizing and cropping and touching up images and putting text over images. It's a little difficult to get started with it. I don't know, being that it's free, that added that little bit of element. But as far as learning it, I mean, there's tons of videos online, of course. You know, YouTube has anything that you could go and learn. But that's basically the starting point, is something like GIMP to get started.
And you're actually going to be doing a lunch and learn for the Chamber to talk about some basic graphic design.
Correct.
But if they are not able to come, they can always call My Wants for more information.
Yes,
so.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and we could definitely, you know, point people to the right direction. And of course, you know, come to the lunch and learn and learn some of these basics. But even going a little bit deeper, and if someone wanted to spend just a little bit money getting a graphic program that works very well, you know, I mentioned Photoshop, but actually there's a software called Photoshop Elements. Is basically the I don't want to say the bottom tier, but the bare basics of Photoshop, and it allows you to do a ton of graphic design. So that's a tool that it has a little bit of cost to it, but it's very, very helpful and very useful. We come across a lot of small business owners who, you know, they're not sure what to put on their Facebook accounts or Twitter accounts or these different social accounts. And instead of always using photographs, you can make a little image and put some text over it and do some, you know, some basics with Photoshop.
Dress it up.
That's right.
Now the GIMP program, does that automatically tie into your website of choice?
So
Is it compatible with that?
It doesn't. Well, first of all, so these softwares, you could just create the graphic there on your
just upload
desktop,
that.
and then you're just saving that graphic to your desktop, and then you
Right.
could basically do whatever it is that you wish to do. You could put it into another software, or you could just upload it straight to your website, like a blog,
Right.
Or straight into your social media profile. So there's a lot of things that you could do. You could go as far as maybe learning a little bit extra, and even creating your own ad for a magazine or a newspaper.
Yeah, and that's very important for small businesses that don't have a huge budget for advertising and marketing.
Right.
But you still need to put a good foot forward, have a nice, presentable, professional image.
That's right. So basically, as far as, you know, starting off with a free software and maybe spending, you know, you could probably spend an hour and get a very solid understanding of what some things that you could do in these softwares. And then within a couple hours, you could be designing. I mean, that's a great skill to learn as a small business owner, or maybe teach make sure one of your employees or interns knows that skill to be able to
And that's a
create
big
some basic
expense saver.
graphics.
Sure.
Oh, definitely.
And for any field you're in, not even if you're a small business owner,
That's
but
correct.
for any field. Again, we're going to be having a lunch and learn later in May. You can call the Chamber for more information, but if not, you can always visit with My Wants. And what website can they find
So
you
they
at?
could find us at mywantsforbusiness.com, and mywantsforbusiness.com provides some information about who we are, what we do, and you could get in touch with us for any classes or anything as far as learning some web tips.
Great. Kelsey, it's always good to have you. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we look forward to next month's business tip.
Thank you.
And today's Chamber Connections is also brought to you by Glenwood Regional Medical Center, and today's topic is bariatric weight loss.
On day 125, I'd lost 100 pounds. On day 234, my blood pressure and blood sugar were both back to normal. Today, I'm throwing out every big man's catalog I've ever gotten.
It's your day. It's your day.
We want to thank Glenwood Regional Medical Center for this month's Headline Health. National Small Business Week is celebrated annually during the month of May. Joining us to talk more about National Small Business Week and the importance of small businesses is Natisha Nat of the Louisiana Small Business Development Center. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're celebrating National Small Business Week during the month of May, which is an annual celebration across the country. For those who have never really heard of that before, or have never really thought about small businesses, tell us, a little bit about Small Business Week and what's the importance of small businesses?
Absolutely. National Small Business Week is actually held every year, like you said, and this is the 51st year of its celebration, in which it recognizes those unsung heroes, small business owners, where they actually have a huge reception in Washington, D.C., and recognize small businesses for being champions. They'll have a Small Business Person of the Year, someone who's done a tremendous amount of work in exporting or women-owned businesses. And it's really just a really good time to celebrate businesses and the contributions that they've made to the economy.
Right. I read somewhere that in Louisiana alone, we have over 380,000 small businesses, which is probably a fact that's a couple of years old, but that's incredible to think we have that many small businesses right here in our own state.
Yes, small businesses in Louisiana account for 97% of the employers throughout the state. So that's a huge amount of jobs that small businesses create each and every year. Without small businesses, the economy would be drastically different. So we need to continue to support small businesses and just make sure that we go out and shop small, and also just make sure that
and sometimes you find some of the best items in some of these small businesses,
Yes.
That you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. You can
Well,
find some
and
really
I
cool
dare
art.
say, too, that the economy would be non-existent without the average small business. It
Yes.
just,
Yeah.
the commerce would not exist, the base would not be there, so.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Well, then they're, even for the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber, they're really the majority of our membership are
Yep.
small businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, they make up the heart and soul of our community.
surprisingly, there are nearly 4,000 small businesses in West Ouachita and Ouachita Parish alone. I mean,
Wow.
that is amazing. And, we have everything from 1 to 5 employees each business has, and they also have on up to 500, which constitutes a small business by the U.S. Small Business Administration.
Okay, yeah. Well, obviously, we're talking about Small Business Week, and we're talking about the Small Business Development Center. And we see it often in the chamber. People come to our office who maybe want to start a new business or who have started a new business and don't know, they're stuck. They don't know where to go. So tell us where you're located and what can the Small Business Development Center do?
Thank you for asking that question. Sometimes we consider ourselves the best kept secret because we help more than 20,000 small businesses each year throughout our program. And so the Louisiana Small Business Development Center is an entrepreneurial assistance program that helps existing and startup small businesses. We provide low-cost training and no-cost entrepreneurial consulting. We provide resources such as research and market demographics, any information that you may need to get your business started or take your business to the next level.
And I think that's where a lot of members who come into our, or even people off the street, they think maybe it's just for startups or maybe it's only if you've already gotten started, but it's really for both.
It's really for both. Over 50% of our business, our clients are actually existing businesses. We can help you grow, either expand to a new location. If you want to hire more employees, we can help you with that. Operations assistance, really anything under the sun. Most small businesses are really seeking access to capital and how to increase sales, and that's what we help them with.
Absolutely. Now tell us where you're located and how can they find out more about you?
We're located on the College of ULM. As a matter of fact, ULM is the statewide sponsor and host of the Small Business Development Center. So everything that we do here at our office affects the state. So that's really amazing. And we are on in Stubbs Hall. And
Very easy to
Which is
find.
the
really
incubator
easy to find.
office, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're right next door to My Wants and the ULM
That's right.
incubator.
Right.
That's
Yes.
right. And is there a website or a phone number they should?
Yes, it's lsbdc.org/ULM. If you want more information about what's going on in Northeast Louisiana, you can also call 318-342-1224.
Great. Well, Natisha, thank you so much for being here. And it's such an honor to have the statewide Small Business Development Center housed right here in our own backyard at ULM. And again, it's National Small Business Week during a specific week during the month of May, but that we should shop local and shop small all the time.
All the time.
All the time. And if you want to look at some of our small business members, you can look at westmonroechamber.org for a complete list. Now let's take a look at some of the upcoming events being hosted by the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce. For a complete list of events we're hosting, you can always visit our calendar of events online at westmonroechamber.org. One special event that we want to take note of is our annual Legislative Recap Breakfast that will take place on Tuesday, June 10th at the West Monroe Convention Center from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Local state legislators have been invited to attend and offer a recap of those items that took place during our recent legislative session. It's a great opportunity to ask our legislators questions and to learn more about the bills that could have an impact on our community. The cost for the breakfast is $10 per person. To make a reservation, simply call the Chamber at 325-1961.
And the week following, the Chamber is going to host the first ever member-to-member expo at the West Monroe Convention Center in West Monroe. The premise behind the expo is to allow all Chamber members to come and display their wares, show what they do as a business, display their services, or even give samples of what they do, and to offer that to the general public, to show what they do and to market themselves on an expo type basis. And that is Wednesday, July the 16th. So look for more details on that at our website at westmonroechamber.org.
That's right, and it's a free event, free to
event.
Chamber members and free to the public, so please stay tuned for more details on that. Well, several businesses and community organizations are often looking for a service project to take in. One of those projects the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber has committed to participate in this year is the completion of the painting along Trenton Street, the seawall as it's known. Joining us to talk about that project is Megan Olinger with the City of West Monroe.
Thank you for having me, yes. The seawall project is something we've been working on for quite some time. I've been with the community center for about 3 years now, and since I've been there, we've been working on the seawall project. It's a really great thing. It's wonderful for the beautification for the city of West Monroe. It's a simple project. It's kind of a paint by numbers brick and wrought iron fence pattern that maybe looks a little intimidating to see it driving by, but it's really quite simple. The City of West Monroe AmeriCorps team has been working on that for several years now, and as you said, the Chamber has taken on kind of working with that and seeing that project to the end, and it's unfortunate the AmeriCorps team has kind of gone in a different direction, not by any negative reasons, it's just a different direction, and so we are definitely looking for more people to come in and kind of help us complete that project.
Absolutely. We have some images that have been on our screen that showed some different groups that have volunteered in the past to do the seawall. And you know, everybody passes it at some point during their travels through West Monroe, and so many people comment, God, it would be wonderful if we could go ahead and finish that. So this is an opportunity for the public to be involved.
Yes, absolutely. It's something that anybody can do. You don't have to be an artist or an art major or have any kind of artistic ability at all, because I certainly don't. We were actually talking about that this morning. We have a bunch of people at our staff that are just really creative and artistic that I had no idea about, and you don't have to be, and that's the best part about it, is all you really have to do is be able to hold a paintbrush and paint in a taped square and or rectangle, and it's super easy. Anybody can participate. You just got to give me a call at the community center and we'll set it up. So.
Yeah, and I know it's not only a Chamber initiative, but Keep West Monroe Beautiful has also committed to want to finish this project this year. And how many panels do we have left that need to be painted?
Oh, goodness. We have about 53 panels left. And so it's a daunting task for sure, but we can do it. We know we can do it, and we want people to volunteer for sure.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we were glad to know, all the supplies are already ready for you.
Yes,
you don't have to buy anything, just show up.
You do. You just need to give me a call. We have a big, giant Tupperware container that has everything that you would possibly need to paint the seawall, and we hand it on over to you, and we kind of give you some guidance. If we've got some AmeriCorps members hanging around, we'll send them with you so that you're not hitting it by yourself for the first time for sure. But yeah, it's all provided to you, and it's a super simple task.
Now, people who are interested in volunteering, which both young and old, you said both,
Absolutely,
older children and teens, and certainly adults. How can they go about getting, scheduling a time to go paint with you?
Sure. All you have to do is, I'm at the West Monroe Community Center. The number there is 387-4001. You just call and you ask for Megan, and that's it. It's that simple. As long as schedules work out, we make it happen for you. I know that we've been trying to get together, and we've been suffering all these surprise